Hello everyone, it's in the middle of the night. I'll for once try to speak at a good pace. I'm also recording on my secondary monitor, so I have no clue if the FPS is gonna be worse, if the quality is gonna be worse. You can see my camera is lagging, which it normally did anyway, but whatever. So this is my guide on how to earn a Python in 3 days in Elite Dangerous. Now some people claim that Anaconda in a week, which sounds kinda possible. Now we will begin with the galaxy map, right here in Galiba, which is rather close to Eravate, LHS 3447 and LHS 3505. And LHS 1846 something is also nearby. There it is, 1848-6. I'm mentioning these areas because they are fairly common places for people to be, both early game and mid game and late game. So let's talk about ships. You will do better in the better ship that you have.
Under attack.
Now, if you're watching this video, it's likely you are maybe in a Sidewinder, Eagle, or Viper, or Cobra, and that's fine. I've had one friend come here in a Viper. He did absolutely fine. I've had Dean, so if you will know Dean, he was here in a Cobra Mark III. He did absolutely fine, never died. Then he got an ASP. I was originally here in an ASP. I had another guy come here in an ASP. So we had 3 people in ASPs, all fine. And then there is Johnny, Commander Johnny, you know, the guy who saved my butt when I had an Anaconda I couldn't beat. He has been here in a Vulture. And currently I am in a Python myself. That took me 2 days to afford. I got it today. It was actually 1.5 days work. But that's because I had 17 million to begin with, plus an ASP with 30 million-ish fittings. So overall I started with quite a bit of money, but I'm fairly certain that I could have done this in 3 days time and then had my Python. Now let's go over something. Number one thing you need is the best shielded generator you can have on your ship. That means the highest class you can have, then the highest letter, hopefully being A4, A5, A6, something like that. Number 2 is you want turreted weapons. They are not necessarily needed, but they are the best. And that's what I'm using. I have free fire mode, where we'll go over that. My face cam is in the way, I can't see. Now, you want to go to 3505, 21 light years from your final destination. And there should be a Cleve hub, I think. Is it there? Oliva City, yeah, that's it, not Cleve. You want to go to Oliva City, because in there you can get turreted pulse lasers for 56,000 credits. Now, you want pulse lasers, that's very important. If you have beam lasers, I have noticed that over half the time I have to leave the conflict zone because I shoot people, friendly fire. Then the hostiles will be hostile and the friendlies will also be hostile. That means you'll have twice as many enemies, and they will absolutely, every single one of them will prioritize you because they have a common enemy and they want to kill the common enemy first. And even my super tanky ASP, they were bringing down my entire shield and break down a lot of my hull in 10 seconds flat. So yeah, pulse laser, not beam. That's extremely important,
Under attack.
because these will only fire bursts and they will not constantly deal damage, and therefore you will not register as friendly fire in case you shoot someone. And the chance of hitting someone is also extremely tiny, because they don't fire unless there's an enemy in direct line of sight. So that's it. You want the best shield generator, then turreted weapons, as many as you can. Pulse laser. If you don't want turreted things, then Okay, use whatever weapons you prefer. Hopefully some that don't consume ammo, but rather consume power. And then go to a conflict zone. A high intensity, which I am at right now. And the Northern Skjold is where you wanna be docking. For now at least. I don't know how long this conflict's gonna go on. It might be gone tomorrow. I recorded a video like this before, but I'm making this one now because I think I can do it shorter, quicker, better, because I'm more used to Elite Dangerous. And now I have some extra experience with the conflict zones. I got the original idea from Cornelius. He does a lot of Elite Dangerous videos. But yeah, here, when you jump into high conflict zone, you go to functions. Ally yourself with the Crimson Major for now. Now usually the capital ships faction will always be on the top in the faction that you select. Usually, but you want to double check every time anyway. And down here at turrets, you want to set it to fire at will. Now it has forward fire, it will fire only forward. It can fire only at your target, which makes them gimbaled. But then you have fire at will, which is what we are gonna use. And the third thing you want to prioritize might be shield cell banks, shield boosters, and hull reinforcement. So you can be as tanky as possible. I only have one shield cell bank because with my key binding, having multiple of them is just stupid. It will activate quicker, it will heal faster, but it's not gonna heal more. So I only have one shield cell bank. If I knew how to activate them one at a time instead of two at the same time, then I would absolutely use two shield cell banks. But I can't do that with my setup, and I don't mind losing a little bit of credits. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Get yourself the best shields, get yourself turreted pulse lasers, not beam, or get yourself just normal gimbaled or fixed laser weapons, and you can fly around manually shooting things. Right now I'm watching Breaking Bad, so I can show you here. Breaking Bad. Jesse has an awesome actor. I don't like his character though. Here you have the game. You're watching twice, I guess. My awesome throttle. Sweet. The joystick, can't really see because it's really dark. Oh yeah. So yeah, guys, that's absolutely all there is to it to earn a Python in 3 days or less. Of course, the bigger ship you have, like Asp, very useful. Vulture, very useful because it's tanky. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot easier. And even in a federal dropship, I believe, but that one I don't have any experience with right here. Now it's good to establish a rule that, for example, every time you reach 1 million you go dock, every time you reach 2, 3, 4, 5 million you go dock, when you reach 10 you go dock. Me, I don't have a rule for how much money because I'm very competent in my skills and I don't leave the monitor for more than 2 minutes at a time. And in 2 minutes there's nothing in the game that can kill me. Unless there's friendly fire, which there's not gonna be. So yeah. I'm only kinda AFK because I'm still at the keyboard, I can still watch it right there. This is not 100% safe to be AFK with. But hey, if you're doing something on a second monitor or on a tablet, or on a smartphone, maybe minimized,
Under attack.
you're gonna be fairly safe. Fairly safe. And you do get money quite quickly. Sometimes I see 500k in 15 minutes. Sometimes I see 500k in an hour. So it's a little bit varied, but the average that I get per hour is usually around 2 million credits. I think. I'm not 100% sure if the average was 2 or 3 million, but I think 2 million. And that means if you have 30 hours over the course of
Under attack.
3 days, then you're gonna have 60 million. 60 million is enough for Python. So if you put 10 hours in this every single day for 3 days, you can indeed get a Python. And you have to kind of search Google to find conflict zones like these in the future, because you never know where there will be a capital ship. And a capital ship is kind of key, because otherwise mobs are just not gonna die unless you make them die with really good weapons, which is a lot tougher and require more effort. So my second and third tip for earning money, at least in combat, would be just bounty hunting in belts, in asteroid belts and mining fields, and doing missions. Before this, how I earned my 17 million was through doing as much as 9 wanted missions at the same time. So I hope this helped you. If this helped you, leave a like, share the video, favorite if you want, and if you like it. You're free to subscribe for more Elite Dangerous content and other gaming content and blogs. You're free to not subscribe if you don't want to subscribe. Nobody's gonna force you to do that. I certainly hope nobody will. So, have a good day. See you next time.